Hi Capricorn, this is your May 2014 horoscope with me, Lada from Astrolada.com, where you can find out from my birth chart calculator your ascendant sign and moon sign as well. Because at least check your ascendant sign, because it astrologically tends to be the most precise one and tends to give you the most insights. Of course, if you know your exact time of birth, because the ascendant sign changes every hour, sometimes hour and a half, So what happens if you're Capricorn, ascendant, sun or moon? The big news is that Mars is turning direct in the horoscope. And Mars is the planet of action. And right now, in the past 3-4 months, it has been in your 10th house of career and it's been moving backwards. So maybe things got quite demanding and complicated in your career. Maybe a boss figure was being an ass towards you, let's say in the worst case scenario. I know a Capricorn that's been having that. And the boss was being some authority figure above you, maybe was more complicated, was more argumentative, was more bully-like. Or in a better case scenario, some projects that you've been working on, there was some kind of, you had to revise them, you had to get back over them and work and prepare and research a bit more. And when Mars starts moving forward in your career house and authority house, this is when these issues start getting resolved. So maybe the relationship with the boss starts improving and you can move forward, any kind of conflict can get resolved there with some authority figures. It might be even your father, if you're younger, that it's an authority figure for you. Or some projects that you've been working on finally gets the green light and you start seeing the results of this project you've been working on. Or maybe some of you have been trying to find a job and now Mars starts moving forwards and you have more success with that. So, and you start seeing just results and forward moving action in regards to career, in regards to your social situation and career. Okay, what else? I want to warn only those of you who are born from the 31st of December till the 3rd of January, or who have their ascendant or their moon from 9 till 12 degrees, plus minus a degree, or plus minus a day or two in Capricorn, 9 till 12 degrees, or maybe 8 till 13 degrees in Capricorn, or 31st of December, or 30th of December till 3rd of January. They're having Mars transit during May, and Mars is basically, they will feel Mars very intensely because Mars becomes static, becomes stationary, does not move for the most part of May. It stays within those degrees only those days. So you might have more pressure than other Capricorns. And there might be like more crisis situations that come into your life and problems to be fixed and fights to be done and arguments to be that happen into your life, because Mars rules all those things, all those arguments, and maybe some inflammatory conditions in your body like cold or flu or inflammations. But there is more kind of tension and there is more anger very possible that's happening within you around that time. And I want to advise you to be more diplomatic during May, and if possible, not to react, like count to 7 before you react, or best do not, if something happens to provoke you on a day, take a day or two to see how you feel about it on the next day or two before you answer with an angry email, or because you slam the door, or because you take some more critical decision. Just warn you, because Mars can make us do a bit of actions that we later regret with. But at the same time, Mars will very much energize you and make you more dynamic and make more things happen in your life and make you more ambitious and driven. But just be careful that you do not upset people at the same time. Okay, at the same time, what else is happening? Mars also rules your 11th house of gains. So if your gains that you've worked for, so if for instance your money or your remuneration financially depends on the work that you have done, proportionally to the work that you have done, maybe you getting a bonus or something like that, or maybe you have your own business, and it very much depends on how much you work, you put, how much you get back financially. And because Mars rules the 11th house and it starts moving forward, there might be a forward movement again with your financial resources, not resources, with your gains in particular. So you might receive some recognition for a job well done in the shape of bonus or in the shape of pat on the back, in the least case scenario, or some social appreciation of a project that you've done well, or recognition for a job well done that happens because of Mars moving forward. All right, Jupiter is in your 4th house, and wherever Jupiter is situated, this is where we get the most ease and the most kind of pleasant experiences with life. And 4th house is your family. So in the month of April, your family will be a source of positive experience. Or maybe your property. Maybe you can buy something for your property, renew something there, improve something in your home. Venus wants to beautify the environment in your personal life, in your family. Your family can be a source of more love and support for you. And there might be certain tensions in regards between your personal life and your career life, especially from around the 10th till the 15th of May, around this week, maybe a few days before and a few days after, because Venus receives some difficult aspects from Mars in your 10th house of career, and Venus is in your personal life, in your family, so there might be a little bit of conflict of interest between your personal life and your career life, or maybe your boss or authority figure or your career is too demanding on you, which reverberates a little bit on your personal life. But you can always come back to your family and recharge there, because Venus is there and it's helping you heal from whatever difficult situations you're encountering in your life in other areas. At the same time, let's see. Sun is opposing Saturn around the 10th of May, and Saturn is you. You're ruled by Saturn, and Sun is some authority figure. So they can be again some critical moment and tension, possibly with an authority figure around the 10th of May. From around 9th, 10th of May to around the 50th is a bit more of the critical time for Capricorns, because there are difficult aspects that happen in regards to your career and personal life, and tension with others that can trigger, and authority figures that can be more demanding, and career responsibilities that can be more demanding, and something in your goals and plans that is a little bit more thwarted and you have to work harder. But with the movement of Mars forwards, these things start getting resolved towards the end of the month. And another positive thing that is happening is that towards the end of the month, Jupiter will trine Saturn, and Saturn is you. Remember, you're Saturn. This is your planet. And Jupiter is the most benefic planet in the sky. And whenever it aspects Saturn, which happens rarely, to be honest, that's why Saturn people, they don't feel always so lucky in life. They always have to, because Jupiter is luck. Jupiter is when God gives you, and that's why certain people, Capricorn people, they might feel like everything they have to do on their own and they have to put so much effort in. But this time, it's one of the most supporting aspects in the sky that are happening, and they'll repeat again in 2026. So, use it wisely. And basically, what happens is that something that you're Saturn. So Jupiter respects you. So you're receiving support for something you started to initiate it, or some new change that you've made in your life in the last few months, up to a year, or even in the last, something that you've been working on or doing, or something you've done. You receive support about it. You receive more stability from this thing. You receive confirmation that it's the right thing. And basically, confidence improves towards the end of May. Your self-belief improves. Your whole situation stabilizes, because Saturn is you and Jupiter stabilizes you this way. And Jupiter is in your 7th house as well, so it's very likely that 7th house is other people, so it's very likely that you receive support from your partner, loved one, business partner, some relationships, or some other person that helps you, stabilizes you, that helps you with some project of yours, that gives you more confidence. And there is something positive that happens in regards to relationships from other people that comes to you. And Saturn also rules your second house of finances. So it's very likely that your financial situation can also stabilize due to Jupiter sending a positive aspect to the Lord of your money house. And it's from the seventh house, so maybe even because of a business partnership you did, or maybe because of a contract you signed, or because of your partner somehow. It might be this stabilization of finances and resources. But there is generally very stabilizing and positive influences for Capricorns towards the end of the month. And this is when I advise you to undertake more important steps in initiating new things, or if you have more important events to do it then. And I just want to give specific days. Those of you who are born only with ascendant Capricorn, now I'm talking only about the ascendant, from around 14 to 21 degrees Capricorn, ascendant in Capricorn. These people can meet the love of your lives now, or they can start a new relationship. So if they're in a relationship, they can get married, or they can get engaged, or they can just something really positive can happen in regards to their personal relationships right now. Or they can deepen a relationship. So if they had problems in a relationship, they can kind of strengthen it somehow. So Jupiter is there in the May, so Jupiter is in your seventh house in particular. So you can rely on help from others, on support from others. You can any kind of partnership you enter into, they will tend to be very positive for you right now. So thank you very much, Capricorn, and I will see you next month.